At university, we ask students to read complex academic texts, and then we tell them, when you write about this, use your own words. And when they don't, sometimes we call it plagiarism and send a student to an academic integrity hearing like this, which is the university's version of a courtroom trial. But what if some students simply just do not have those own words? Imagine you're a university teacher trying to make judgment about student writing that looks very similar to the source. The typical questions that you would ask yourself are, did the student know the rules? Did they mean to copy? But the following question would rarely come up. Did they actually have the vocabulary to say it in their own words? Adult native speakers of English have a vocabulary size of about 20,000 words, but we have international master's students whose vocabulary size doesn't reach 5,000 words. Do these students have the vocabulary to read those complex texts and then write about them using their own words? This was basically my research question. For my data, I asked 15 international master's students to write a short argumentative essay about university lectures based on two sources that I gave them to read and to refer to. Because I not only wanted to analyze students' writing samples, but to gain insights into their writing processes, I did two things. I screen recorded as they wrote their short essay, and I did stimulated recall interviews, which basically means that in the interviews, I played a short part of the recording when they borrowed language from the source, and I asked them, what were you thinking when you wrote this part? The findings show how a lack of vocabulary knowledge can make students borrow language from the sources. Some students explained to me that this is the best I can do. If I cannot understand the text because of the vocabulary, or if I cannot think of similar words to paraphrase, that's when they borrow language from the source. And one student even shared with me, that's when they go to ChatGPT for help. But why is all this important? One may say, university courses are not English language courses, students should come with sufficient language skills. Well, universities are in a kind of recruitment race at the moment, and it's becoming increasingly difficult to justify turning away potential students on the basis of their language skills. But this raises a critical question. Are we putting these students in an unfair situation? My research suggests yes. If we admit students with insufficient language skills, we are setting them up for failure. So in the end, the question that we need to ask ourselves is this: who should really be on trial here? Thank you.